So everyone, here we are after a successful weekend in the van. So I came home from work today, all kinds of packages in the yard. Got the battery countersink bits, my nut rivets, and then I've got, oh, what was this stuff called? I don't remember what this was called. The tape for my fan. So I think that's what I'm going to attempt now is my fan. An isolator, whoops, you're not looking at it. The battery link by Blue Sea. This is so I could do a battery to battery charge and it will supposedly cut it off, kill my starter battery. Pocket hole jig for doing the cabinets. I don't know why I ordered this now because I'm nowhere near close to doing the cabinets. I thought I might need it for a couple other things, so I picked it up. So that's it that came today. So today, like I said, we're gonna cut into the roof and put the fan in. Let's go take a look at it. Oops. So I have these racks up here and I got the dimensions for the solar panels and they're about 20 inches wide, so I'm gonna definitely have to put a beam across somehow or mount them directly to the roof, which I did not want to do. And I want to eventually put a cargo, rack up here, so I got to leave room for that. So I've got up there for the fan that's going to go in the front. Right dead center, right here in the front, which is, I wanted it really right here ideally, but I have the beam for the rack would be in the way and the fan wouldn't go up. And I don't want to cut that beam out. So, and then back here, it's going to get in the way of the rack I want to put up there and maybe the solar panel. Want to measure, this is exactly 4 feet in between this metal rack, the support and that support. So I'm going to measure over 2 feet, mark it in the middle. I've got another one of these, whoops, right here. I don't know what all that stuff is up there. So I was planned on at least bringing my pine ceiling all the way up to this beam, so this is gonna have to be cut back a little bit. And then I got looking and I'm like, well, maybe I should insulate while I'm in there too, so I'll probably insulate underneath this. I want to leave this though for kind of this a little bit of stealthability, if there's such a thing, just because I think if I went pine all the way up, I thought about doing pine and then building like some, because I'm short, and building some type of shelf. So I have a little bit of storage up in here, but I think when you get in and out of the van, I was going to hit my head on it. And then I figured I have a curtain I'm going to put up here. These furniture curtains for now. I'm going to get a bar across somehow and then either sew them or put some type of hook in there. And that's going to go across behind the seats. So I figured if this looks stock up front, it'd be more stealthy, even though I originally planned on getting window inserts so I could use the cab, but because these seats don't seem to, I don't think I'm gonna be able to swivel these seats, I decided not to go that route. And plus I've been putting my cooler up here out of the way, even though I think I went too big with that. Start drilling holes in this fan and I'm kind of nervous, but well, it's blue skies now, but it rained on my way home, so getting a little nervous doing this. So what I've done here is measured this, which was 13 3/4 each way, marked it on a piece of cardboard, checked it to the plastic, and I'm just gonna cut it as straight as possible. There we go. Now it looks a little short on that. So, no, maybe not. This tape measure is kind of wonky. Don't buy a Milwaukee tape measure. I'm sorry, Milwaukee. I like your drills and stuff, but this tape measure is horrible. The end does that. So you gotta be careful. Got my template cut out, which was 13 3/4 square each way, and half of 13 3/4 is 6 7/8. So I'm going to measure dead center on this template. Again, 6 7/8. Measure twice and cut once, right? Especially when it's in your roof. 6 7/8 is right there. 6 7/8. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna find the middle, dead center. Oops, you're not looking up there. I'm gonna find the center, measure, so it's 4 feet, so I'll go 2 feet, and then I don't know what it is across, and measure whatever that is. Find the dead center, drill a hole there, and take this up, drill a hole in this, in the dead center of this, tape it to my roof so that hole lines up, make sure it's square somehow, so I'll be doing some measuring up there, and then mark it and cut it with a jigsaw. Well, I gotta drill the corners, of course, and then cut it with a jigsaw. And I'm gonna do it on camera, so if I screw up, I guess I could edit it out, right? Ooh, this is the part I'm dreading. Definitely dreading it. And I watched a bunch of videos on this, and people do screw up. I mean, if it's not perfect, nobody will notice unless it leaks or I cut it so bad that it falls through, which... This part is actually the part that goes in. So it looks good. Find out. Only one way to find out. Okay, so you don't scrape it, your van. Whoop. Okay, we're going to take the unknown tape. Wow, it's hard to feel. Okay, because of this drop here, I'm not going to be able to put these screws where they're supposed to go. Same maybe on this side too. See how it's bending it? that. So we're back in the van. My battery died while I was up on the roof. I don't even know how that came out because the camera was bouncing around and on the roof when I was cutting and drilling and all that stuff. So we'll see how that video came out. But so I got it in. What problem I had is that these ridges, when I drilled this side, it twisted the mount just enough that things were not lining up. Now I got it in. I got it bolted down. Hopefully I never have to take it out again. I'm actually going to test it. I got my battery out and I'm going to hook it up and see if it works. So cross your fingers because I don't want that thing coming out. And I am going to put some silicone around these and probably cut them back a little bit too. You can cut these with a Dremel. And so that way they're not sticking down, at least until, because I'm not going to have, you know, into whatever insulation or my head. So anyways, let's see how this goes. Well, now on the MAXXAIR fan, the black wire says positive on it and the white wire must be the ground. That's a little backwards, but oh well. Well, there, it's working. Ooh, I can feel the air already. Oh, there it is. Mounted on the roof and working. And this one only does the exhaust and it's manual up. The other one is fancy and goes up on its own, but not this one. Oh. Yeah, we don't need to run an electrical system. We're all set. Hey everybody, as you can see from the pollen at the solar panels, what I called the roof rack or whatever, on the van, that I'm coming to you from the future. I found out when I got to the end of this video that I didn't have an ending to this video. So here I am making one up in the future. A little note, when you do cut your hole in the top of your van, do not do 13 3/4 like I did. Do 14 inches. After I had cut that hole, struggled to get it in, cut it a little bit bigger, filed it down, which I didn't show in the video. I was so frustrated. I read later on that the fan is meant to fit in a 14-inch by 14-inch hole. So cut your hole at 14 by 14 and save yourself a bunch of misery. Other thing, be very careful what you use for caulking, because my caulking has to be all scraped off. It didn't retain a white color. It stained somehow. So I've got to peel that all out and replace that. So I have some research to do with that. But anyways, everything came out as I pictured it in my brain, other than those couple mistakes. As you can see, my pollen covered solar panels, my ski rack, everything's working out great. Took it out this weekend and used it. So that is the end of this video, and I hope this helped you out in any way. Post some comments below if you have any questions. I will do my best to help you. I am by far not an expert yet, but I know what mistakes not to make. So reach out to me and I'll help you out. I'll see you guys out there and enjoy.